Hi, welcome back. My World 67. This is G-Man with another video on that Marx 1666 junk engine that I had checked the motor on and found out that the motor was frozen. Took it out, junked the motor, put the chassis back in, decided to make it a dummy. If you remember in the last video, this body was all broken up in places. The front cowling was broken on it. Had broken step on this side. I replaced the step, made a step for it actually. Built that step out of styrene plastic. Fixed this headlight, this spoiler front. I don't think I showed it to you in the last video, but the spoiler front was actually broken around the cone, around the light cone, and it had separated. And so I re-glued it, fixed it, repaired it. This was damaged from the heat from the bulb, I guess, over a period of time. And so it was a little bit twisted, a little bit out of place, but we took a yellow marker and we went over top of it and tried to re-straighten it out as best we could. We put a slot in the cowling here after we re-glued the cowling back on, and put a screw in and added a front coupler. As we redid the cowling, we also put a brace in, which on the other video you could really see the brace real well, but it goes across here. And it was with white styrene. Of course, now we've got it black. And there's the screw that holds the coupler on. The light mechanism is still in place, the light housing, as you see. And later on, I might go back, as I said in the previous video, and put another light in this, even though it's not an operational engine. We've taken this, we've made a dummy engine out of it because I decided I was going to just go ahead and scrap out the whole thing because the body was shot and the motor wasn't any good, and it just had a lot wrong with it. And then I decided to salvage it and make a dummy steam engine out of it, a Pacific engine, if you will, or a Pacific type. And we've still got to add a front coupler to it. I wanted to show you here too, the old brace, the original bracing that they had in across this engine was broken and it was in bad shape. And so I don't know whether you can see that or not, but I thought, what am I going to do to put this back in, because I did not have a proper brace for it. One of the other smaller steam engines was just a little too narrow. And so I got to thinking about it, and I said, well, this is just a junk old chassis anyway. I've already got my screw holes on the sides for the bolt holes. And so I just used those holes, lined up the chassis, drilled a hole through the chassis, and put in this longer screw. You see it, you better get better focus on it. Okay. And it works great. I did have to modify, though, because of the screw going clear through and across. I had to modify the side rods. I had to take my Dremel and grind them down a little bit on the edges, and so that they'd be a little narrower going under the screw. Also, down in this area here where your railings track, and you probably can't see it, but I added styrene strips for spacers and control to control the rods. and so that there's no slack in the rods. The rods are not falling off or going back and forth. they stay stationary. Just a real neat little project it's turned out to be. As I said, I want to eventually probably put another front truck on it, as it doesn't have one. And as you can see, there is still some rust here in the back, which I'll probably address later on today or sometime in the near future. I just wanted a quick video to show you, to share it with you. It is now complete. Also, if you've noticed, I've changed this number on this engine to a 1606. Real simple fix. 1606. No longer a 1666. Yeah, it's a 1606. And you can do that. You got old junk engines, you got old junk things, and you're doing it for yourself. Is it original Marx now? Well, it still contains almost all original Marx parts. It's not put together the way Marx would have made it originally. It has a coupler, which it did not have when it was new. The number has been changed on it. It's still a Marx, original Marx product, but it's custom now. And I like it, and I'm sure if you had one, you would like it too. Real easy to do. If you've got some old junk engine, you want to try it, you need any help, or you want to know anything about it, if I can help, just email me, gman1924 at hotmail.com. gman1924 at hotmail.com. And I'll be more than glad to try to help you. If you got any projects you'd like to share them with me, anything that you've done, send me some pictures. You can do that. You can send them to that email. I'll be glad to look at them. All right. Have a blessed day. This is G-Man. Bye for now.